I work full-time, I have 2 kids, and life is just a busy place. We moved our daughter to a new school in town, so we decided to look for a house in town. When we saw this house, it had immediate curb appeal to us, but we kind of knew we were in for a big renovation. It was built in 1990, and it really felt like it was of that vintage. Some of the vintage elements still work. It's got this really unique white brick that was brought in by the original owners from Chicago. They put in some metal doors. We thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And when we walked in, there were these thick acrylic spindles that I'd never seen before in a house. Our focus on the new home right now is the kitchen, the beating heart of the house. So the cabinets are in, the big appliances are in, and now the countertop has been installed. We're doing a glass backsplash. You can get the stainless steel look, but you can clean it. Also, for this breakfast nook, there's a wallpaper I had seen online. You can custom order this map and put a little pin on our house. The wallpaper that we have in our current house, I talked myself into thinking that this won't be that hard. We were throwing it up on the wall. At one point, like, the whole thing flopped on top of my head, and what have I gotten myself into? So this time around, I'm going to have to hire someone, because no matter how crafty I think I am, I'm not cut out for wallpaper. When you're dabbling in design, there's always in my mind a question of, is it going to look the way I had envisioned it? I'm not completely sure how everything's going to pull together. Our focus on the new home right now is the breakfast nook. The work that we're going to be doing today is install this custom wall mural. It's kind of unusual, so I'm a little bit anxious about it, because when you put up wallpaper like that, you have to stay pretty committed to it. I saw this wallpaper on a website called house.com. They can do a custom wallpaper based on any map. The personal part of it was to center it around our house. The first question I asked when the guy walked in was, did they give you the paper in advance? And when he said no, I was like, really? Okay. Because it's a map, it's not a repeated pattern, so it's not very forgiving. You have to cut it correctly. You have to make sure you match all the lines correctly.
Can't mess that up.
I thought it was too short. You know, I was running through all the different scenarios in my head. But as it turns out, I think once he measured it in centimeters, he's like, okay, this is going to be exactly perfect. He did a beautiful job. It really was what I envisioned. It really was like, wow, that's really amazing. I think when my family, comes home this evening, I think they're just going to be really surprised. Today we are finally installing the glass backsplash. It's one of the last pieces. It's been a real adventure. First, because it's a new thing, and my builders, as experienced as they are, had never done one before. It's a shiny piece of glass with as few holes as possible. By code in our area, you need a receptacle every couple of feet. My backsplash glass guy was like, well, I don't want to put that many holes in the wall. So we said, well, what can we do? The glass vendor was able to get matching covers, so at least the outside of these different receptacles can kind of fade into the background. I'm happy with how everything kind of pulled together and turned out. The shiny new backsplash and the brand new wallpaper that shows the locale of the house. So that'll be a surprise. Come, let's go.
Well, this is going to be exciting. Wow, this is amazing.
Isn't it great?
If I want to make a route to my friend's house, I can just do it on here.
So cool.
I thought there was gonna be maybe some furniture move, but I didn't expect this. It ties together so well, and it's so modern looking. I love it.
Being there today and kind of looking around the room was really fun. It was exceedingly painful for 3 months, but worth it. And I think it turned out beautifully.